Facebook Live, what's happening? Nick here. And I am basically testing a new format for my weekly vlog. I started a weekly vlog like months ago, maybe over a year ago, but I wasn't keeping up with it or being consistent. So I'm basically testing this as a new format for my weekly vlog. So I'm going to try to do one of these each week, just to share more context of what's going on as I'm working to grow my music business. So if you know me, if you're familiar with me, then you may know that my passion is music. You may or may not know that my mission is to leverage music, art, and celebration to help create a sustainable, thriving world. That's the easiest way for me to communicate my mission. Definitely want to make a lot of good stuff happen by using my gift, my affinity, what I am passionate about, my bliss, what I'm drawn to. And so I'm gonna start sharing more about that and test out this vlog format of going on Facebook Live, and then you'll be able to see these later if you like, not only on my Facebook page but also on my YouTube channel. And then I may grab like clips of interesting moments or whatever is valuable. If there are any valuable moments throughout these weekly vlogs, then I might, put those on Instagram and my Facebook page, Snapchat, TikTok, etc., just to share more of the context of what's going on in my life as I'm working to grow my music business. If you're seeing this, then you've probably seen some of my music that I've been putting out. I love putting out music videos and stuff like that, and I love music. And recently I've been working to put out a higher volume of music videos as well as like clips from those music videos, and that's based on Gary Vee's content strategy. I'm really liking it, and I think it's going to be very, very helpful. Another thing I'm planning to do to grow my audience is basically Gary Vee's $1.80 strategy. And so that is basically like going on Instagram and going into relevant hashtags. So for me, it'd be like music, rap, hip hop, poetry, transformation, meditation, all different things that I'm interested in, and I sing about, I speak about the things that are in my world of music and transformation. And what you do with this $1.80 strategy is you basically go into Terry Moore, what's happening? Hope you're well, bro. Big love your way. What I'm doing right now is basically sharing a weekly vlog. But with Gary Vee's $1.80 content strategy, you basically go to your top hashtags, look at the top posts, and then add a comment to those posts that adds value. So if it's, maybe like a hashtag I would go after is like beat production. I'd go and check out people's beats and then give my 2 cents on their beats, and do that 90 times as a form of networking and connecting with people. So you give your 2 cents 90 times, and so Gary Vee calls it his $1.80 strategy, is a quick way of saying it. So I'm planning on doing that because my main focus right now is growing my audience. I am working to reach my goal of doing music full time. I'm very excited about it, and I feel like I'm going to reach that goal. I'm basically either going to reach that goal or die, and I don't plan on dying, so fingers crossed that I will reach my goal. With any luck, I will be able to reach my goal, and I'm going to keep driving in that direction, keep pushing in that direction. Yeah, so in order to reach my goal of being able to do music full time, I need to grow my music business such that I can support myself full time in it, like any business. And in order to do that, I need to grow my audience and then basically sell things that are valuable to my audience, things that they find value in, things that they appreciate. So that's what I'm working on, so I can do music full time and give you guys more music and make more music videos and play concerts for y'all and things of this nature. Yeah, so that's like the main thing that's going, or that's the main thing that's going on in my like professional life right now. And yeah, in this particular weekly vlog live stream, I just wanted to share a few things that have been going on in my life. And so, yeah, just I made a little list of a few notes that I have been, like reflecting on, things that have been on my mind this week and things that I've been focused on. And since I'm heavy focused on my music business, I've been working on producing more content, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video. And one of the most fun ways that I found that I can do that is by basically just performing my songs and doing recordings of them. So I have this little setup right here, which is basically just my laptop and inbox, this camera, and then a microphone. And I love doing that. It's super fun. I like making these videos. Like, the thing that I love to do is performing music for people and sharing it for people. So it's a very energizing way that I find to produce content. Yeah, like if you follow Gary Vee, like one of the things that I've realized is that if I continue producing a ton of content and I continue using his $80 strategy, going out and connecting with people, then naturally, organically, my audience will grow. And then also, I've been working as a paid media manager for the past 2 years or so. So I understand digital marketing, like standard practices and things like that, and Facebook advertising, Instagram ads, Google ads, YouTube ads, etc. And so I can multiply my effect with those things on a foundation of a lot of solid content. So yeah, basically working to put out more content, connect with more people, multiply that with Facebook ads, and then find ways to create sales. And the way that I'm approaching sales, because I basically just want to get to the point where I'm working full-time in my music business as quickly as possible. I am working to, since I want to get there as quickly as possible, I'd like to be certain in the way that I move next, which may or may, is probably naive, and I just need to, keep going and testing and iterating. But I sent out a survey to my audience. Some of y'all have responded to this survey, which I super appreciate. I've had like 6 responses so far, and they've been very helpful. They're super helpful. It's like, I personally tend to overthink things. So like I probably should just be testing all of these different, like products and services that I'm offering, but the survey is helping me to clarify, like, okay, people are interested in purchasing physical merchandise, or they're interested in health coaching, or in coaching on digital marketing, or in learning like music production. So these are all like products and services that I feel confident offering, because I can design merch, and I know how that works. I feel very confident when it comes to health, because that's something that I've studied a lot, and I feel like I have ways of offering value. And same, like I've been working as a paid media manager for the past couple of years, so I feel like I understand digital marketing pretty well now and can add value to people in that regard. So anyway, I have a number of products and services, and I guess while we're on it, I'll just go through them, but it's basically physical merchandise. Let's see here. Let me. It's the things that I was asking people, like, hey, which one of these would you like most from me? One was physical merchandise. Two was exclusive live stream concerts. Three was group meditations, because I'm a huge fan of meditation, and I feel like I'm proficient enough to be able to guide people through meditations, and something that I really love. Like, I love meditation. A fourth thing, health coaching. Fifth, digital marketing. Sixth, music production classes. And sorry, that was like health coaching, learning how to improve health. Digital marketing coaching, learning how to understand digital marketing and apply it to your business. And then music production classes, learning how to produce music in a contemporary way. And then I had a box for other. And yeah, so far people have been wanting physical merchandise is in the lead so far, followed by a few things that are all tied, and that is exclusive live stream concerts with Q&A, guided group meditations, and music production classes. So those are the products and services that people so far, out of a really small sample size, have said, hey, I want that, which is really helpful. Like, it just helps me to know that people are interested in any of these things to any degree, because I'm like very much at a place in my music business where I don't have a lot of sales right now. So just having people giving me feedback saying, yes, this would be great, is super helpful. Yeah, so anyway, put out that survey, working to figure out how to generate sales within my music business as I grow my audience. And if I can grow my audience and generate sales in my music business, then all I need to do is, increase the numbers. It's basically just a numbers game at that point. After which a certain threshold, I'll be able to work full-time in my music business and not have to like freelance as a digital marketer or do other things in order to cover my overhead while I'm building my music business. So that's super exciting to me, and I feel like I'm making progress, and I feel very passionately driven towards reaching my goal. And I super appreciate y'all's help in like filling out my survey, and also just everyone leaving comments and saying that they're enjoying the videos that I'm putting out, and showing love, and listening and playing the new album on Spotify. So I appreciate all of the positive feedback that I'm getting. I really appreciate y'all, and I feel very driven towards getting to the point where I can work full-time in my music business. So all of that covered. Another thing that I've been enjoying a lot this week are my personal meditations. I love meditation, and have been meditating for like a decade or so. I was super grateful. My dad was a meditator and still is, but he was like pretty heavily into meditation for around 7 years or so. And when I was 14, when I was young, he basically guided me through one of my first meditations, and that was a powerful kind of like introductory experience to me. And I also had a like mentor, this guy named Jingyu Gu, who's a practitioner of traditional Chinese medicine here in Austin, Texas, who helped teach me about meditation when I was in high school. So I'm super grateful to have had these two mentors, in addition to like the internet and all of the amazing information that's all over the internet on meditation. I feel like there have been people who have helped me learn, and meditation has benefited me a ton in my life. More recently, there's this meditation teacher named Emily Fletcher, and she basically shares something called the Z technique, and it's a specific type of meditation, basically, that I've been really enjoying a lot lately. And I won't go into the details of it here. If you'd like to hear more about the Z technique, like leave a comment below or go check out Emily Fletcher's book, Stress Less, Accomplish More. That's her book. There's also an audiobook. That's the version that I listen to because I consume audiobooks much more easily than physical books that I read. And yeah, the Z technique is great. I really love it. And there's a part of it called like manifesting, and it's basically like visualization, which is something that's present in a lot of different like personal development books and programs. But this week in particular, I've really been enjoying like visualizing and going and feeling like essentially imagining and visualizing and going to the place where I've already achieved my goal and then feeling that as though it's real and then celebrating it and giving thanks for it as though it's real. That's also influenced by this audio program, The Ultimate Edge by Tony Robbins, but it feels great. It feels phenomenal, and I love tuning into that vision and feeling it as though it's already real, and it fills me with this amazing feeling, and I find that I get a lot of good ideas as to how I can get from here to there by consistently practicing that in addition to like other types of bodily awareness, mindfulness, and like relaxation, mantra meditation. So all of those things I love a ton. And there's more on that I'm happy to share, but I just wanted to cover a little bit of, some of the joy that I've been feeling in my meditations this week. I really enjoy it. And again, if you're just tuning in, what I'm doing here is basically a new format for a weekly vlog. I'm going to work to do like one of these a week and then post it to my YouTube channel as well, and maybe take clips of it to share on like Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat and TikTok and all of the other platforms, because I like doing a weekly vlog, and it can give it just offers more context for my music and my vision and my mission and just my journey, just being able to share with y'all what's going on over here, if you're interested. So I'll be back again next week with another one of these, and we'll be testing out this format. I think it's going to be good though. Also, if you're watching right now, feel free to drop a comment or say hi or ask any questions. One of the things that I thought would be cool about this format is that we could do like Q&A as well, so it could be more of a conversation, whereas with the weekly vlogs that I was doing before, it was basically me just talking for, like however long I, wanted to express myself. So yeah, if you have any questions or any thoughts or anything that you'd like to share, feel free to drop that in the comments. And yeah, otherwise I'll just share more about my week. And there are just a few more things that I wanted to cover about this week in particular. I'm going to take a quick sip of tea. So after my meditations, one big thing that's been in like on my mind and has been really awesome about this week is that my family is doing well. So specifically, like I'm here in the Austin area right now. I lived in LA for a couple of years, and I came back to the Austin area to be with my dad because he was going through some health challenges, and I wanted to help him to become healthier and stronger because the basically like symptoms that he was suffering from are related to lifestyle, and so I came here because I love health and wellness and well-being and like eating healthy and healing practices like meditation, and then like exercise. Like I love all of this stuff that allows us to be filled with health and vitality, and feel like I've learned a lot about it just over the past like 5 years or so. And so I felt like I could support him. And there's another element to it as well. It's like a lot of people know what they need to do to be healthy, but they're not doing it. And so something that can close the gap to go from basically not doing it to doing it is just accountability. You know, just having somebody there who can help encourage you to execute on the things that you know you should be doing. So that's basically like getting enough sleep every night, meditating in the morning, exercising in the morning, eating healthy food, so like plant-based meals. What else? Connecting with the people that you love. That's very health-giving and fills us with vitality. And what there's like a breath work as well, if you're familiar with the Wim Hof method. Like just those few things alone can really increase our vitality tremendously, and can be really incredible. So going from like not doing those things to doing them is like night and day, and can really give us tremendous results. So I basically went from LA to here in the Austin area to help support my dad in forming those habits, and he's making a ton of progress and is getting like stronger, and is feeling less pain and less inflammation, and just like feeling increased energy, and it's really good. So that's been really beautiful this week, and I've really enjoyed seeing him feeling well, and I can tell like he's getting stronger. He's making progress and on a good path. So I really love that, because I love my dad. He's the closest person to me in my life, and he's an amazing dude. So that's good. And yeah, just a few more things. I feel like this is going a lot longer than I originally planned, which is totally cool. And yeah, anyone who follows me can watch this later on my Facebook page, and I'll also post it to my YouTube channel, Nicholas Aslan. So yeah, I'm excited about this new format. And again, if you are watching right now and you have any thoughts or questions, or just want to say hi, feel free to, drop a comment, throw some emojis my way, or whatever. And this is basically like a new weekly vlog kind of format that I'm testing out. And yeah, if you have any questions for me, we could do Q&A as well. Hope you're doing well wherever you are. And I just have a few more things that I'm gonna cover for this like weekly vlog. Yeah, so I am, like I mentioned, I'm here in the Austin area, planning on moving back to LA soon, but not sure exactly what that timeline looks like. So there are a lot of things that are up in the air right now, like figuring out what type of like part-time work I'll need to be doing. Obviously, like the pandemic is still going on. So like travel is kind of sketchy, and there are a lot of kind of like unknowns right now. So that's something that's kind of like present in my space as well, just figuring out what the path exactly will be moving forward. I know I want to, I know I'm determined to reach my music business goal, where I can work full-time in my music business, and I'm just figuring out what the path in that direction looks like. Like if I like what I'll do to cover my overhead, how soon I'll move, where exactly I'll move to, things of this nature. So like details will I guess, answers will be revealed as I progress. But I feel very passionate and very strongly and very focused and very determined that I will reach my music business goal. And I'm super excited about that, because I feel like that's what I'm here to do, is to give my music to the world, and to share a message of love and harmony and healing and transformation with our world, and to move that type of energy around our world, and into people's lives in a significant way, in a big way, in as big of a way as I can. I love things of that nature, and want to give that to the world, and feel like that's what I'm here for. Yeah, so that, I think that about covers it. I'll figure out how to get to my music business goal. Not there yet, but I'll figure out how to move through the details. Zach, what's good, bro? Hope you're good. If you have any questions for me, Zach, feel free to ask them now. What I'm doing here is basically testing out a new weekly vlog format where I'm sharing some things that are present in my life this week. And yeah, opening up space for Q&A as well. So if you have any things that you'd like to share, or any questions for me or anything, I basically ran through how I'm working to grow my music business. That I put out a music business survey, like asking people what they would like more from me. That's been really helpful so far. I've really been enjoying my meditations and my self-care this week, and like visualizing my goal as though I've already achieved it and celebrating it. I've been working with my family to help support their health, specifically my dad, helping him to get stronger and increase his vitality because he was dealing with some health challenges recently, and we're making progress in a really good direction, which feels amazing and is the best. It's like the most important. Health is number one. Yeah, other than that, basically just figuring out details of my path forward. There are a number of things that are up in the air right now. Like I'm currently not working for the first time in my adult life. Not working full time. Have a number of digital marketing opportunities coming up in May, so that's really exciting. But I feel very strongly. I'll check it out. Zach says, "Yo, I'm very well. What's going on with your dad health-wise, if you don't mind my asking?" So basically, yeah, I feel like I should talk with him before I discuss the details publicly. But what I can say is that it's just because I want to be respectful of his situation, and I don't want to share any information that he wouldn't be comfortable with me sharing. And we can always message private one-on-one as well. But what I can say is that it's something that's very common, and it's basically related to lifestyle. And I know that the majority of diseases that people experience are lifestyle based. So what we're doing as a remedy is working to shift his lifestyle into a lifestyle that doesn't produce chronic disease. You get what I'm saying. And so it's so exciting to me. What we're doing is basically supporting healthy habits, and that's rest, meditation, exercise, eating a healthy plant-based diet. We're doing breath work, working to help him get on the Wim Hof method, cold showers and things like that. And he's awesome. He's very open-minded and has been a great sport about all of this stuff. And yeah, so those core habits, we're basically going from not doing those things on a daily basis to doing those things on a daily basis. And it's making a huge difference. It's really powerful, and he's benefiting a lot from it. And I can see his energy improving. And it's a beautiful thing. It's it's the best, because he's my dad and I only get one dad. And so it feels so great to be able to take a number of these tools that I've learned about over the past several years and be able to serve him with those things, and see him benefit from them in a month, 2 months. It's a relatively short window of time, but he is getting a lot of benefit from it, and we're on a really positive trajectory forward. Zach says, I'm super amped up. I've super amped up my lifestyle work lately. What meditation techniques and exercise? Heck yeah, yeah, good work, Zach. Awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that you've amped things up in your life. Like all of these things just improve the quality of our life because they make us feel better. And I like that Tony Robbins says that the quality of your life is the quality of your emotions. And it's so true. Like if you're a billionaire but you're stressed out and frustrated and pissed and anxious all the time, then the quality of your life is stressed out and frustrated and pissed and anxious. It's like the quality of our emotions is critical, and these excuse me these daily habits help us to cultivate emotions of like gratitude and appreciation and excitement and relaxation and euphoria and love and strength and confidence. Like it's really great. So the meditation techniques and exercise. I mentioned this earlier, but I do a kind of like a mixture of techniques that I learned from this woman, Emily Fletcher, who wrote the book Stress Less, Accomplish More, as well as Joe Dispenza's Becoming Supernatural, as well as this book, the Secret of the Golden Flower, which I became aware of through this mentor named Jing Yu that I learned a lot from when I was in high school. So it's kind of a mixture of, and so those are some of the things that I do, but I'll speak a little bit to the type of meditation that he's been doing from what I understand about it. My dad basically studied with a meditation teacher for a number of years in his early adulthood. And there were a number of aspects of that type of meditation that I find are very universal. And that's one thing that I really like about Emily Fletcher as well, is that she creates a distinction between mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness being anything where you're focusing your attention in a specific way, like focusing on the breath or bodily sensation or on your senses, or visualizing is a type of mindfulness based on what Emily Fletcher is saying. And what she calls meditation is like mantra-based meditation, where you're going into a really deep, relaxed state, and it's more of like a relaxed awareness, like resting kind of vibe, as opposed to like focused attention. And so both of those elements are present in the type of meditation that my dad does, but he's been leaning more into what he calls like filling up the tank, which is more so going into that, activating your parasympathetic nervous system, going into a relaxed state of being, and kind of what I would call tuning into the life force. So like when our parasympathetic nervous system is activated, that allows things like regeneration and digestion and healing to take place. So it's basically that energy. It's that type of subjective experience of like relaxing. But I feel like on and I could be wrong, but I feel like on a metaphysical level, there's an element of tuning into the life force that's present, like the base layer of energy that supports all life, the field, or like source energy, like whatever you want to call it. I feel like there's an element of that type of relaxation, filling up the tank, or like mantra-based meditation, transcendental meditation, where we are tapping into that life force itself and just kind of like basking in it and being nourished by it. So that's a lot of, like, my dad's been leaning heavily into that, and it makes sense because he's like deep in a healing process right now. Reiki, the quantum hologram, etc. Yeah, exactly. And my dad actually is a Reiki level 2, so he's familiar with like the life force and practices Reiki, and has always like been hip to that, like as I've been growing up, and it has kind of helped me become aware of subtle energy and things of this nature. So yeah, definitely like charging up on that life force. And then in terms of exercise, we've been doing breath work with again, like, talk about life force. Breath work is so powerful. It's so good. Zach, I know you know all about breath work, bro. Man, I like didn't, I wasn't as heavy into breath work until I moved to LA and lived there for a while. But there were some people there who turned me on to breath work, and then just consuming more of Wim Hof's content has gotten me like heavy into breath work. And it's amazing, like, the science behind breath work as well. Like, I feel like there are way more scientific studies around the Wim Hof method than there are around Reiki. I could be wrong. I could just be unaware of the studies around Reiki. But like, breath work is amazing just on like the level of chemistry and how it makes our body more alkaline, and how it's especially specifically the Wim Hof method, how it sends off this whole cascade of like adrenaline and epinephrine, and like has just this really powerful reset on the body and activates the specific immune system, and things of this nature. So we've been doing breath work as well, and then going on walks, walking breath work, and then like calisthenics, so like squats, push-ups. He's been working with like a 25-pound kettlebell as well. Cardio has been my breath work lately. Breath work is stronger than psychedelics, and it's free and legal too. Yeah, yes sir. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing, and that's awesome. I'm glad that cardio has been serving you. That seems super powerful. And I have been going on long walks personally, and my dad actually just got home from taking his dog for a walk, and yeah, we've been going on walks, and just those just the combination of some of all of those things: body weight exercises, breath work, going on walks, eating like a healthy plant-based diet. He still eats some meat, which I know can be good for people. And yeah, I know that you have some really interesting information on vegetarianism, veganism, being an omnivore, and some of the different information around that. I remember seeing a post from you a while back. But basically going towards like real foods and away from processed foods, refined foods, like manufactured, highly processed foods, basically, as well as like working to move away from foods from like industrial agriculture, or like what is it? I'm totally blanking on it. Factory farms, those poison, tortured animals. And yeah, like if there is a, if he's wanting to eat meat, then trying to get, like organic beef or pasture raised beef, or, something of this nature. But anyway, the like getting more real foods, meditation, breath work, exercise, all of these things coming together have had tremendous benefit, and it's just really good. It's like I feel like it's basically the distance between doing and not doing, just going from not doing to doing, is like the biggest distance, and then there are all of these micro tweaks and refinements that can be made past that point. Real food is the 90% of the way there. The last 10% is personal choice. Yeah, totally. I feel that way as well. I feel like, different people's bodies are different, and yeah, it's really interesting. It's amazing, like how controversial food is, and how it's like trying to find like a good source of like definitive information is really tricky. And maybe it's because people's bodies are different, or maybe it's because of all of the different monetary interests in all of the different aspects of the food system. It's really hard to, at least for me, to pinpoint exactly what the most optimal diet is for everyone. And again, people's bodies are different, so that there's probably not one diet that is good for everyone. And yeah, real food. Yeah, like the same, like you're saying, real food is 90% of the way there. I feel like that's totally correct. And the main problem in our country and in I guess a lot of places in the world right now is all of the highly processed, refined foods that people are eating way too much of. That's causing like cell oxidation and chronic inflammation and all of these terrible things. But yeah, it's beautiful, and is like, I am very happy that my dad is doing better by like taking some of these tools, and like tonight, for instance, he cooked up a bunch of fresh veggies. I made some lentils in a pressure cooker, and we had that for dinner, and it was delicious. And yeah, just good stuff. But yeah, that's a lot of what's going on this week. Zach, thank you for hopping in and helping to create another dimension to this conversation instead of me just going on a monologue for a long time. Do you have any other do you have any questions or thoughts or anything else that you'd like to share? I've covered most of what's been present for me this week. And yeah, I'm ready to wrap up. If you are, I hope you're doing great, and I hope that you're having a lot of fun and having a lot of beautiful experiences wherever you are. And yeah, I think I'm probably going to wrap up pretty soon, unless there's anything else. So Zach, if you're still watching, if you have any other questions, thoughts, or anything that you would like to share, let me know. And if not, then I'll go ahead and close out this particular live stream. But I'll be working to do these once a week as kind of like a new weekly vlog format. Yeah. So that is that. And yeah, if anyone else who's watching, Zach, I don't know if you're still here or not, or if there's anyone else watching, but if you are watching, feel free to say hi. If you have any questions, let me know. Any comments, anything that you'd like to share. And yeah, this has been my weekly vlog for the week, and this will be up on YouTube as well as my Facebook page. And I'll be back next week with another weekly vlog. So I'm just watching and waiting to see if there's anything else, but it seems like we are about complete here. Thoughts, questions, concerns, answers, insights, anything that y'all would like to share? If not, I think we're probably good here. I just shared, if you're just joining, I just shared a number of things that have been going on in my life and kind of where I'm at, what I'm focused on, where I'm going, what I'm working to build. Yeah, and some things that have been present in my life this week. But yeah, it looks like we are probably about there. Yeah, feel free to ask any questions if you like, but if not, then that is all good, and I will go ahead and end this live stream. Hi. Maria, what's happening? How are you? Nick here. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're doing well. Where are you joining from? Or is there anything that you would like to share? I've heard a couple of your songs. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate you listening. I released a new album recently, and I'm working to grow my music business right now so I can do music full time. And I yeah, super appreciate you listening. Thank you for listening to the music. The new album, Illumination, is out on Spotify now, as well as Apple Music and Tidal and iTunes and everywhere. So if you would like to, thank you, Maria, appreciate you. If you would like to listen to the full album, it's up, as well as other music. And yeah, I really appreciate you tuning in, appreciate you listening to the music. And this is, yeah, appreciate you vibing to the energy. Likewise, appreciate your good vibes. And what I'm doing here is basically I'm going to start doing a weekly live stream, or like a weekly vlog, and do it in this format, where I can share what's been going on in my life for the past, you know, like do this weekly, so share what's been up for the past week or so, but do it in this format where we can have Q&A and we can talk and we can chat. So it's not just me doing a monologue, but it's more open and two-way instead of just one way. So yeah, thank you for hopping in and saying hey. Appreciate you listening to the music. Again, if you haven't heard the new album Illumination yet, it's a good one to listen to in headphones while like you're going for a walk or just chilling out. I produced it to be like an experience to listen through from the beginning to the end, and it holds a lot of like the like core principles that I'm into. So like messages of healing, messages of empowerment, messages of like wisdom and of like gratitude and beauty, and things of this nature. So I hope you enjoy the full album. And yeah, I'm going to keep putting out videos and music and everything like this. And I'm working to, like I said before, grow my music business, so that I can do that full time. Because I'm not quite to that point yet, but it's something that I'm very passionate about, and I really want to create that. You know, I want to make that real in my life, and so I'm very focused on that and driving in that direction. Maria, you say, that's cool, I'll catch your replay. Awesome, sounds good. I'm planning on posting this to my YouTube channel as well, so you should be able to see it on my Facebook page as well as my YouTube channel. Maria, you say, good to know that it's in order like that. Yeah, solid. Yeah, thank you. I've been making music for over a decade. Good for you. Thank you, Maria. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming in and bringing good vibes and good energy. I really appreciate you. And with this album, since I've been making music for a while, I wanted to make an album that felt like it was cohesive and was like a solid body of work that I could give to people so that they could get a better sense of like where I was at today in like 2020. Because the most recent album that I put out before this was an album called Infinite Potential. And when I listen to that album, I like parts of it, but I feel like it's not as cohesive as this new album, Illumination. And it, like, I feel like it's just not as like up to date and not as representative of where I'm at now. So I really hope that you enjoy Illumination. And yeah, feel free to shoot me a message or an email or whatever, and let me know what you think of it. For everyone else who's tuning in, feel free to say hey. What I'm doing right now is essentially a new format that I'm working on. It's basically just a weekly vlog. And it's in this format where we can have back and forth and conversation, instead of just me like looking at this camera and doing a monologue for a long time. It's great to be able to have conversation and have back and forth. So yeah, if you're watching this now, feel free to say hi. I in this video earlier, before you guys hopped on, I shared a number of different things that have been going on for me this week, and just things that have been present in my life to kind of give context to the music a little bit. And now I've kind of gone through all of those things. So if you guys have any questions or comments or anything that you would like to share, basically feel free to ask a question or to share those things. And yeah, just kind of hanging out now. Thank you all for hopping on. And yeah, we can, just chat, do some Q&A. Maria came through and brought some good vibes. I super appreciate you doing that. Earlier, my friend Zach popped up, said hey, asked some questions, and we had some conversation back and forth. This recording will be on my Facebook page as well as my YouTube channel moving forward. So yeah, and then I'm planning on doing one of these like once a week or so. So yeah, it is all good. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask. No pressure. It is all good. But yeah, that's what this is. Basically a weekly vlog that I'm doing in this live stream format, which this is the first one, but so far it's a lot more fun than just talking to the camera for 10, 20, 30 minutes or whatever. And yeah, appreciate you all hopping on. So if you have any questions or things that you would like to share, feel free to share those things now. And yeah, otherwise I can go ahead and close out this particular live stream, and I'll be back again next week with another one of these, and then just work to do these like once a week or so. But yeah, that is what's going on here. Any questions, thoughts, things you would like to share? Again, Maria, if you're still watching this, thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoy the new album, Illumination. Got the hearts coming through. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Love back your way as well. Love to y'all. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this hand sign, but this is something that I learned from from my girlfriend Sierra Tothero, the wonderful lady. It means I love you. Great hand sign. So thank you for the love. Love back your way. Hope you guys are having a great night. Hope you all are having a great night wherever you are. Great time. Daniel, hey, what's happening? Hey, how are you doing? Good, good. Daniel, how are you, man? What's happening? What's happening in your world? Things are going well over here. What I'm doing here now is basically a new format that I'm testing out, and it's basically just a weekly vlog, but it's in this format where it's like a live stream where we can talk and we can have conversation, as opposed to me just looking into a camera and recording a video and then posting it. I wanted to do it in this format so we could talk and we could have conversation, excuse me. And I was sharing earlier in this video that I'm basically going through different aspects of my music business and figuring out how to grow it to where I can work in my music business full time, because that'll allow me to produce more music for you guys and more music videos and play live concerts and to really give of myself in that way. And so I'm focused on growing the foundation, getting my music out to more people, and et cetera, and on and on. So that's something I could definitely talk about for a long time. But yeah, I'm curious, Daniel, how are you doing tonight? What's going on? Where are you tuning in from? If you feel like sharing, no pressure, no worries at all. And I appreciate you dropping a comment, a question, saying, hey, how are you doing? And also, I appreciate you commenting on my other posts. I've been working to put out a lot more content for y'all lately. New performance videos of me sharing songs from the new album Illumination. Also, Illumination is up for free on all streaming platforms. It's about 40 minutes of music, and I was sharing with Maria, who hopped on earlier, that I produced that album to be like a experience to, to listen to in headphones when you're like going on a walk, or otherwise when you're just like chilling out and relaxing, to like listen through the album, or if you're like going on a long drive. I made that album to be able to listen through from the beginning to the end, kind of like as all one cohesive project. And so if you get a chance to check out the album, Illumination, it's on Spotify and Apple Music and Tidal and YouTube and everywhere. I hope you enjoy it, and let me know what you think about it, and if you get the chance to listen to it from beginning to end, if you have any reflections or thoughts or feelings or anything that you'd like to share, I'd love to know what you think about it, and I hope you enjoy it. I really like it. I really enjoy that album and put a lot of time and energy and heart into it. Also, I don't know if most people know this, but I produce all of my own beats. So like all of the drums and bass and keys and guitars and trumpet and singing and rhymes. I like record and mix and master all of those things. So all of the like music production process was taken care of by this guy, and so it's a lot of like sound design, and it's a lot of like putting time and energy and like vibes and just like emotion into producing the music. And I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you turn it up loud and bump it, or just listen to it in a way that feels good to you. I like it a lot, and I hope you enjoy it as well. It was a lot of fun to produce. For anyone else who's here, who's joining now, feel free to say hi, say hello. If anyone has any questions, feel free to share those, to ask. Like I mentioned to Daniel and Maria, what I'm doing here is basically a weekly vlog, but I wanted to do it in this format where we could have Q&A and we could talk and we could chat about different stuff. Okay, here's something coming through. Daniel says, well, that's nice. I've been going through a lot mentally, but I'm always happy to see your post. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And I'm sorry to hear that. And I hope that you are I want the best for you. I want you to feel peaceful and to feel happy, strong, healthy, everything like that. Respect and love. I hope that whatever's going on, you're able to overcome quickly. Just want the best for you. And thank you for saying that you like to see my posts. I appreciate you. And I'm definitely working to put positivity out there and good energy and a lot of love and creativity and the best vibes that I can. I want to put that out into the world because I have a lot of love to share, man. And I don't know if it's clear through my music or through my posts or not, but I'm like big into like meditation and personal development and personal transformation and things of this nature. And I feel like I've learned a lot and like benefited a lot from those things. And I feel like it's helped me to connect more with my like personal power. And so I want to like give more of that to the world, if that makes sense. And definitely sending you love. If they're like, I'm like a big nerd about like health and like well-being. So if there's anything I can do, like any questions or if there's any way that I can help, basically, I know that putting out more music and putting out more good vibes and good energy and good emotion and things like that helps to some degree. But yeah, I'm also big on like mindset and like personal fitness and personal health and things of this nature. Daniel, I don't know if you know the Wim Hof method. Maria says, I follow Teal Swan's material, if you know her. I'm not super familiar with Teal Swan. I follow Nako. I don't know if you know Nako in Medicine for the People. But I know that Nako recently had like a conversation or an interview with Teal Swan. And so I recognize her name from that. I haven't watched that interview, but I'm curious, Maria, what does Teal Swan talk about? Like, what are some of the common themes of her conversation? And Daniel, I wanted to share this guy, Wim Hof. I don't know if you're familiar with Wim Hof or the Wim Hof method, but Wim Hof's mission is to help the world to be happy, strong, and healthy. You'd like her if you like personal growth. I do like personal growth, so I will definitely check out Teal Swan, Maria. Appreciate the recommendation. Good looking out. Yeah, and thank you for that. I'm excited to check out Teal Swan and see what gems she's dropping. A lot of shadow work and integration. Word up. Yeah, I feel like that's super important for me in my life, and I've mentioned this a number of times on this video, but meditation has been a really powerful tool for me personally. Like, I've benefited a lot from it, and for me personally, that's like going into meditation, going into like a deep relaxation, and there's even like science around like your brain waves going from like beta brain, it's like a different waveform, to alpha state. It's a different state of consciousness. It's a different state of being where you're more in connection with your subconscious mind, and being able to do work there, and then journaling. So like, man, Tony Robbins put it really well at one point. He said, basically, there's no answer that you can't find in alpha state, or there's no problem that you can't find a solution to in alpha state. It like opens our conscious mind up to a greater degree of creativity and problem solving. That's super practical. It is really, really helpful and really wonderful. So I feel like, especially when I was getting out of high school, and I went to a community college in Austin, Texas. And like around that time in my life, I was doing a significant amount of like longer meditations, and spending more time in alpha state, in like a meditative state, and journaling. And that just helped me to clarify a lot of my thoughts and my values and like my purpose and direction, and like my sense of purpose, my sense of intuition, and also just like clarifying like my mind and my direction, and kind of like my energetic orientation towards like focusing on basically what is life-giving and what is good and beautiful and like vital, what is full of vitality, versus it can be easy to allow our mind to sink into like negative thoughts, negative thought patterns, and a lot of those things are programmed into our mind based on our environment, based on advertising and media and shows. Like, we pick up and Maria, I'm sure you know this if you're familiar with different people who talk about personal growth and personal development and shadow work and integration. There's also another guy that y'all might appreciate. His name is Bob Proctor, and he's really interesting. I like a lot of what he says about reprogramming the subconscious mind, and he's an awesome dude, has a ton of content online for free. But basically he helped me become aware that our environment, as well as a number of other people, but our environment programs our subconscious mind. And unless we decide to consciously reprogram our subconscious mind, then all of that stuff will be programmed into our subconscious mind, and our actions and our behaviors are controlled like 95% by our subconscious mind. So if, for instance, we grow up in an environment that programs us with the belief that we cannot achieve our dreams, for instance, then we'll subconsciously be controlled by that belief throughout our life, and we'll never take the actions necessary. Essentially, I'm like super paraphrasing and, like really boiling this down. But that'll put us on a path to where it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy based on how we're programmed by our environment. And so doing conscious work is very important, and taking the time to like journal and to think and envision and to reflect and to contemplate, what do I feel called towards? What interests me? What do I like? What would be interesting? What would be fun? What are some of the points in my life that I've had the most joy and the most fulfillment? And how can I design my life around those things? That's why I'm working to grow my music business, because I love music, and some of the most fun experiences in my life have been when I've been sharing music with people. So like playing concerts here in Austin, or playing concerts in LA. Or there was one time that I got to play a show in Costa Rica, and that was super fun. And I really enjoyed that. Oh snap, the bear is in the building. Sierra Tothero, hello. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a beautiful night over there in LA. I'm here talking with Maria and Daniel, who came in, and we're dropping some comments. Sierra, if you have any questions for me, any questions, thoughts, or comments, or anything that you'd like to share, feel free to share those. And Bear, so you know what's going on. This is a new format that I'm testing out. I'm basically working to do a weekly vlog in this way, where it's like a live stream, and I can have conversation and Q&A with people. It's more fun than just doing a vlog where I'm speaking into a camera. Maria, super fun. Yes, music is so fun. It's so good. And for me, it's important for me to orient my life around what gives me energy and enthusiasm. And I feel like that puts me on a path to have the most enjoyable life possible, while also being of the greatest service to the world. So it's a win-win situation. And, if there's anything that I can do in terms of sharing my music or resources or things that I'm passionate about to improve y'all's lives, then that's amazing, especially if it's at the same time that I'm sharing something that I'm passionate about. Just creating these win-win situations, I think it creates like a larger wave of beautiful energy that's good for everyone involved. And it's not something that's part of the conventional paradigm right now. It's not something that's, at least it doesn't seem like, when I walk outside, or when I drive down the highway, or when I walk through a city, I'm seeing a lot more messages and a lot more media and advertisements that are of kind of like a more of like a fear-based mindset, or more of like a scarcity mindset than an abundance mindset, where we're really connected with what we're passionate about. We're connected with what we love, and we're working to create from that place a world that's good for us and the world at large. So I hope that you guys enjoy Bob Proctor, if you decide to check him out. And Daniel, if you're still watching, if you, I don't know if you are familiar with the Wim Hof method, but like I said before, the Wim Hof method was designed by this guy Wim Hof, who's an amazing dude. He set a bunch of world records for all kinds of amazing feats, but he set those records to bring awareness to his practices because his mission is to help the world to be happy, strong, and healthy. And he breaks that down through a number of practices, but basically there are a few specific techniques that are relatively easy to learn that can have a massive effect on like releasing endorphins. And yes, I'm here. Awesome, cool, yeah, beautiful. Daniel, are you familiar with Wim Hof? Does that ring a bell, or have you seen any of his content or anything? He has an app as well. If you go to the App Store and you look up Wim Hof, but he has some of the most practical and like easy to apply tools that I've come across that can help us to be happy, strong, and healthy. And when we're happy, strong, and healthy, it can help us to overcome whatever adversity we're facing. So, obviously, I don't know if it like, I don't know what your particular situation is, but I desire for your well-being, and I want you to, be good and to feel good and to, enjoy your life and to have the most beautiful experience possible, to have the very best experience possible, because like life is an amazing gift. Life is an awesome gift, and it's like a miracle that we are alive at all. In my opinion, like it's a very unique opportunity to be alive, I feel, and yeah, I just want you to enjoy the miracle as much as possible. I have not, but I'm searching him now. Cool. Yeah, let me know what you think about his content. He's kind of a weird dude, but he's really onto something. Since you haven't heard of Wim Hof, I feel like it's only appropriate to share some information about him in addition to what you can find online. And that is, I'm gonna take a quick sip of tea. So he's Wim Hof, aka the Iceman, and he's an amazing dude. Basically, he is able to withstand extreme temperatures. He's hiked Mount Kilimanjaro just in like shorts with no shirt, and has figured out a way to tap into our ability as humans to activate a power inside of us that, and it sounds like pretty woo-woo, but it's really, it's all backed up by science, and he's done this a number of times. I'm weird too, huh? Yeah, heck yeah, awesome. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, to be normal in our society is not ideal. There's a lot of, our society is pretty weird, so if, what they say, to be sane to be insane. Oh man, I can't even think of the quote right now, but being weird is great. I'm with you, man. And Wim Hof has found a way to use simple techniques to tap our inner power, and he uses it not only to regulate his biochemistry and to improve his own health and his strength and his resilience, but also to climb ice cold mountains in his shorts without a shirt, like overcoming these extreme conditions, because he's figured out how to use his breath as well as his focus of mind in order to overcome extreme adversity. And then when he takes these techniques that he learned in nature to a normal setting, we can basically apply them to overcome psychological stress, to overcome emotional stress, because what he's shown is that through doing breathing exercises as well as gradual cold exposure, it basically rewires our physiology in order to be much stronger and much healthier and much more resilient to our world. So for instance, our emotions are related to our hormones and our endocrine system. And these breathing exercises and the cold exposure basically recalibrates our hormones and our endocrine system to put these things back in balance. Like it releases more serotonin and it decreases cortisol. There are all of these scientific correlates that he's shown based on his scientific studies. And if you watch some of his interviews, he basically breaks down the science. He has a bunch of interviews out there, and a lot of them are really good. Some with like impact theory, some with the School of Greatness. But he goes through and he breaks down the science of how the Wim Hof method physiologically and scientifically helps us to be happy, strong, and healthy, even though we may encounter challenges or we may have adversity. PK, Paula, it looks like you're on. If you're on, say hello. I hope you're doing great over there in the other room. Excuse me. I don't know if you're watching now, but if you are, feel free to say hello. If you have any questions or thoughts or concerns or ideas or anything that you'd like to share, feel free to drop a comment. But yeah, Daniel, I hope that you find a lot of value in the Wim Hof method, and there are other resources as well that may help you to overcome the adversity that you're facing in your life. Yeah, again, I don't know what exactly is going on in your world, but yeah, things can be really hard. Things can be really hard sometimes. So I hope that through the Wim Hof method and or any other tools, you're able to find the tools that you need to overcome whatever you're dealing with. And much love your way. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for always dropping nice comments on my videos. And I'm going to keep putting out music videos and clips and doing these once a week. And yeah, just working to, put out as much good stuff into the world as I can. And yeah, grow my music business and give you guys more music and more beats and more songs and more good stuff. And I think you said earlier where you were tuning in from. I don't know if you mentioned it. Maria's tuning in from Louisville, Kentucky. Shout out Louisville. Daniel, I'm curious, I don't know where you're tuning in from, but feel free to let me know, and hopefully I can come play some concerts in Louisville, Kentucky, and where you are, Daniel. And yeah, I want to play concerts all over the world whenever the pandemic is over and everything. I love playing music. I love sharing it live, and it's super fun to be able to hop on here and talk with y'all. It's way more fun to do this than to just film a vlog by myself. So I appreciate y'all hopping on and saying hey. If anyone else has any more questions or any other thoughts, we got some hearts going. Love to y'all. Sending out love to y'all. If you have any other questions or comments or thoughts or anything, feel free to share with me. Daniel, I hope you enjoyed the Wim Hof method. He has a really great app, and specifically on the Wim Hof app, there's a guided breathing exercise that you can do that's super powerful, and there's videos for free on the education around the Wim Hof method, and it's super powerful. And whenever I do his breathing techniques and stuff, I feel just like a lot more energy, a lot more clarity, a lot more confidence, a lot more health, like good stuff. Dale, Texas, between Austin and Bastrop. Word up. Yeah. So you're close by. We gotta get some shows going in Austin or maybe in Bastrop or something. And have a party, have some fun, man. That's awesome. So you're super close by. Shout out Dale, Texas, man. It's all happening. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, and I am from Austin. I was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico, but I came to Austin when I was like 3, and like my dad's from Austin, my grandma's from Austin, my family is from Austin. So definitely, a ton of love for Austin, the surrounding area. Yeah, Bastrop is super close. So cool, Dale, Texas. I'm not familiar with Dale, but yeah, it sounds like you're like super close. So yeah, Texas is definitely in the building right now, and yeah, sending good vibes your way, Daniel. Hope you're having a good night. Thank you for tuning in and coming in and hanging out. I hope the Wim Hof method serves you. And also, I don't know if you study Tony Robbins at all, but I've gotten so much value from Tony Robbins' work. He's like really helped me to understand myself and other people on a deeper level and in a much more powerful way. And he's also just given me a lot of really powerful tools for how to transform my life for the better. So yeah, the Wim Hof method, Tony Robbins, he has a ton of free videos on YouTube, and then he also has his own audio programs. I recently got his audio program called The Ultimate Edge, and it's basically like a consolidation of a bunch of the most profound and helpful and powerful information that he learned in his first like 2 decades of doing personal development work and doing seminars and traveling around the world and studying with different masters in different fields and stuff. So it's a lot of really empowering information, and yeah, I've benefited a lot from Tony Robbins. Even like simple things like Tony Robbins saying, so like I guess like 2 things. Man, yeah, there's a lot to share. One thing is that Tony Robbins says that the quality of our emotions is the quality of our life. So if we're living in really like painful emotions all the time, even if we have $1 million or $1 billion and jets and buildings and all this stuff, the quality of our life is in a really challenging place, but if we're able to take control of our mind and do daily rituals and do the things that cultivate emotions of gratitude and appreciation and an empowered mindset, then that's the quality of our life, even if we don't have the money yet, or even if we are facing a number of challenges, but we still have a sense of how grateful we are just to be alive, or grateful for being able to live in Austin, Texas, in the United States, on Earth, and be a human at all. And just being like a person in the United States, we have such an incredible gift and such incredible potential at our fingertips that people who were maybe born in more poor countries don't have, or like there are countries that are torn by war. And so like having perspective, like Tony Robbins is like a master psychologist. The way that he approaches psychology is really powerful and can help us to shift our perspective. So anyway, that one gem, like the quality of our emotions is the quality of our life, has been really is really powerful. And then also he says like our mind is controlled by the questions we ask. So if you ask a better question, you'll get a better answer. So if you ask a question like, why me? Then you'll get an answer that's, because, something, the question, why me, is not going to lead to a good answer. But if you ask a question like, what's the best thing that I can do for myself and those around me right now? Like if you ask a better quality of question, then you'll start to get better answers coming into your mind. And that's a really powerful gem. It may sound like something that's like kind of strange and hard to grasp, but for me, for instance, like I'm always working to ask like, what's the best way for me to grow my music business, right? So that I can move in that direction and get to the place where I'm doing music full time and can share music in a bigger way with more people and help improve more people's lives and have a lot of fun doing it. Like that question, what's the best way for me to grow my music business will make my brain and my mind start to come up with better answers. So ask a better question, you'll get a better answer is like another gem from Tony Robbins. And then there was one other thing that I wanted to relate between the Wim Hof method and Tony Robbins. And that's basically, Tony Robbins says, the quality of our emotions is the quality of our life. And Wim Hof is saying our emotions are related to our physiology, to our body, to our hormones, to our biochemistry, to our serotonin levels, our dopamine levels, etc. And what Wim Hof is saying is that when you do these breathing exercises and when you do the cold exposure, it resets your biochemistry and increases your serotonin and your dopamine, and it can even release oxytocin and these other powerful neurochemicals that physiologically make us happier. So the Wim Hof method is a free procedure, it's a free app and a free set of techniques that we can use to improve our emotions, therefore directly improving the quality of our life, if that makes sense. Maria says, for sure, asking and then acting on what's in alignment for us is super powerful. Absolutely. Yeah, it is. It's really good. It's really good. And I feel like as we grow our awareness, it becomes a really fun game and a really fun tool. You know, it's like we can be conscious about the questions we ask and get these really high quality answers coming to us and continue moving in alignment in that direction of our highest calling and what's resonating and, you know, what is in alignment for us, you know, as you're saying. And it's really good. It's really great. And just being aware that we have that ability and that we can do that is super powerful. Excuse me. And I think puts us in a place where we can begin to manifest really beautiful things in our life, create really beautiful things in our life, and things that benefit others. And Maria, I don't know if you're familiar with Michael Bernard Beckwith, but he's also a really amazing, he's really like a spiritual teacher. He runs a spiritual center called Agape in the LA area. But he's a really insightful dude. And he talks about how we go through these different levels of progression in our life, from victim to manifester to channel to being. And I think it's really interesting, and how it's not linear. We can go back and forth between these like stages in our life, and we can also go back and forth between these stages in different aspects in different parts of our life. So we might be a victim in one area of our life and be a manifester in another area of our life, like maybe our relationship or our business or our economics. And we might be in incredible states of being in other areas of our life, like maybe, I don't know, like our health or our time in nature, our recreational time or music or things like that. But it's interesting going from victim, feeling like we're a victim of life, to manifesting, saying like, I'm going to do it, I'm going to create it, and then going to being a channel, being aware of the guidance that's coming through us and being of service to that higher intelligence. And then going into a state of being where there's a sense that we're connected, that we are all that is, and where our sense of identity, it's kind of like a transcendental experience where our identity is all that is the whole universe. It's a very transcendental kind of state of consciousness, I guess, or like state of being. But yeah, he's a really interesting dude, Michael Bernard Beckwith, and specifically he has this one program that it's kind of hard to find online, but I listened to it on CD a while back, and it is called the Life Visioning Process. He also has a number of books that are out, And he also does a live stream with his spiritual center, Agape. He does like 2 services every Sunday, and then I think he does some other services as well on like Wednesdays or something like that. But yeah, he's an awesome guy, and I feel like he's like, man, yeah, I've gotten a lot of gems from him. But yeah, I hope you enjoy him. And what brought him to mind is you bringing up like us asking and then acting on what's in alignment for us. It's kind of a mix between manifesting and being a channel, from my perspective, or at least that's the way that I'm interpreting it. And I think that, yeah, I think that that's a beautiful thing. I think that it's really magical, and it's really cool that we get to have these experiences where we can become aware of an insight, of an idea spontaneously, or maybe based on the question that we asked, or based on meditating or journaling or reflecting or contemplating in some way. And we can, become aware of that insight and then begin moving in alignment with it and acting on it. And that decision and beginning to move in that direction can potentially take our life in a whole new direction, or, can open up new amazing possibilities for us that might not have been there before. That's super cool. I like it. Yeah, so cool, y'all. Thank you so much for coming in and chatting with me for a little while. I appreciate y'all. Maria, Daniel, thank you all for coming through. Paula, I don't know if you're still watching, or Sierra, I don't know if y'all are still here. But sending much love out to y'all. Yeah, it does. Awesome. Cool. Beautiful. Yeah, heck yeah. Awesome. Cool. Well, yeah, thank you all for coming through and saying hey and hanging out for a little bit. Maria, it's great to talk with you. Daniel, great to talk with you as well tonight. We got, y'all from different places throughout the U.S. here. So yeah, it's amazing that we can do this. This is a pretty cool age that we live in, where we can connect in this way. And yeah, this is the first time that I've approached this in this particular format of doing like a weekly vlog where we can open up Q&A and talk and chat. Big love. Thank you guys for the hearts. Sending love back your way as well. And yeah, this is super fun. I really enjoyed a lot. So I'll be back again next week with another one of these. And yeah, y'all are amazing. Y'all have like made my night so much fun. So appreciate you. More music coming soon. More videos and verses and songs and things like that. And if y'all haven't checked out the new album Illumination, I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, I put a lot of love and intention and concentration and heart and passion and energy and time into producing it, and it's on Spotify and Apple Music and everywhere, so hope y'all enjoy it. And yeah, I should probably wrap up pretty soon, I think, but if y'all have any last questions or anything, I'd be happy to answer, or if there's anything else that you'd like to share last minute. And I think I'm gonna wrap up pretty soon, but appreciate y'all coming in and saying hey. It's great to talk with you. I need to come play a show in Louisville, Kentucky, and Daniel, we got to get some shows popping in Austin whenever we can, or in Bastrop, or somewhere around here. Alrighty, y'all. I think that'll probably do it for tonight. Thank you so much. This has been so fun to hop on and chat with y'all. And yeah, if there's nothing else right now, I think that'll probably be it for tonight. Take a quick sip of tea. Alrighty, y'all. Solid. Thank you so much again for stopping by. I'll be back next week with another one of these. More songs, more videos, more verses, everything coming out. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoy the album. Also, if you get a chance, I linked a survey on my Facebook page If you have any feedback for me on my music business in terms of things that you would like more of from me, I created a survey. It takes like 2 seconds to fill out. I'd super appreciate your feedback. If you have a second to fill that out, obviously no pressure at all. And yeah, thank you for enjoying the music. Thank you for coming in and chatting. And I'll be back again soon with another one of these weekly vlog live streams. So yeah, thank you all so much. Really appreciate you. And talk again soon. Till next time, peace and love, y'all.